All right, welcome everybody. Hello, I'm Jules with the Sahara AI team, and today marks the next major unlock in AI development. The Sahara Agent Builder and the AI Marketplace are both live now in open beta. Together, they mark a sort of a turning point for anyone building or hoping to build AI agents. So we're really excited to dive right into the details with you all today and talk about what you can expect from this launch. If you have any questions throughout this AMA, please leave them in the comments on this post, and we'll get to as many as we can at the end. All right, let's get to it. Today, I am joined by Sahara AI's CEO and co-founder, Sean Ren.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
And our AI product lead, James Costantini. Sorry, James.
No problem. Great to see you guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thank you both for joining us today. So Sean, for newcomers, we just had our TGE, so we have a lot of new people interested in Sahara coming in today. Can you give us a 30-second elevator pitch? What is Sahara? How do this new agent builder and marketplace fit into our vision for building this open, equitable infrastructure for AI development?
Yeah, sure. Welcome everyone. Glad that we can get connected here again. So Sahara AI is building this full stack AI native blockchain platform that really ensure ownerships, provenance, and opportunities to monetize your knowledge through creating AI assets, right? We're thinking about putting your knowledge into data sets, into models, into agents, and really using this as sort of the tools and medium to make you become a content creators, to really make your ideas flourish in this AI-driven future. And apparently, the agent building and registration kind of a launch that we are doing today is a critical piece of the entire bigger picture, because it allows you, anyone, no matter you're really like techie developers or you are sort of like entrance level AI creators, you can use our very user-friendly and sort of relatively local interface to create your AI agent. And more importantly, you can register agent ownerships on-chain while collecting your ownership NFT through our registration process. So this is not about just creation, but also about claiming your ownership on-chain so that it traces the provenance and contribution of you if other people are going to use your model and agent down the road. So to me, I think this opened up a whole new space about how you protect your copyrights and protect your ownerships in this entire AI-driven future.
Yeah, that's amazing. So from a product perspective, James, what exactly were we trying to unlock with this agent builder and marketplace that just hasn't been possible before? I know Sean just touched a lot on this concept of ownership and autonomy.
Yeah, so the phase one of the agent builder, which launched today, makes time to first agent a one-page, four-step flow. You name it, you pick a model, you can flip on RAG or file search, and then hit deploy. So the goal was to try to make it as easy as possible to go from 0 to 1 and build agents without having to take the time to stitch together prompts, data sets, and infrastructure by hand. And our serverless breakdown makes it as easy as a few seconds to go from testing to deploying as fast as possible.
And then we have a lot of new AI curious people in the crowd today that may be trying to develop agents for the first time. Could you briefly explain what RAG is for the audience?
So RAG is file search. Essentially, that makes it so that any data set that is within our marketplace or any files that you guys use that you upload to the LLM, to the agents, they can actually bring that data back and bring it in real time and use it within the chat.
Awesome, thank you. So today, building an AI agent from scratch still feels like a very gated experience, right? We just talked about some of the newcomers we have that maybe might be interested in developing agents, but don't have the technical know-how, right? And you also have developers who have to go through all these fragmented tools. There's this high technical overhead. I'm curious, what are the real structural issues holding back broader participation in AI development? And Sean, I'll go to you first for that one.
Yeah, I think there's two important factors that really creating frictions today with the agent development. One being that collecting the resources to build the agents is very fragmented experiences, right? So let's say you decided to build an agent as a personal replica of yourself that can talk to your fans on or your networks on X, right? Then you need to collect a few things. You need to collect your personal chat histories from a bunch of different apps that you talking to other people, so that your AI can mimic what you're saying or like a style you're saying in the past. And you also need to find good models that are talk like natural humans in a social setting rather than a very professional and like a formal kind of a tone type of language model. And you might also need to find some other good knowledge resources that represent your topics of interest, like maybe DeFi, maybe meme coins, maybe other stuff, right? So all these things you need to collect from the internet. But now we provide you an AI marketplace with all of the proprietary and open data sets listed there, where you can just like browse it based on different topics and tags, and then you can find a data set of your interest. You could also go through what we launched last month, this data upload and registration process to upload your personal chat data onto your vault, onto your accept page, and then you can reuse that through the access search process. So every data sets, no matter on the marketplace or from your local, get one simple user experiences connect together, so that you can use them as easy as you want. Models as well, you can find them, or you can find different proprietary and open model from the marketplace. So that make it super streamlined to find the resources or collect the resources for your building agent. And then the second big factor is if you are not advanced developers who can write a bunch of codes on Python and then do through all of the API call to build an agent, then you need a very nice user interface UI that walk you through, hey, you need to put a prompt here, you need to connect the data set here, you need to pick a model for marketplace. We make those steps very simple and natural for you to connect the dots. So I think by accomplishing these two factors, we really like lower the barrier and make it more like an interesting experiences for you to build an agent, right? Just like putting together a Lego, for example.
Yeah, I love the Lego block example, because it's literally what it is, right? It's you're just kind of stacking all these things together to create something really, really cool. James, I'm curious, you've worked with a lot of builders, you've been in this space for a while as well. How does everything that we're building right now, everything Sean just described, how is that different from some of the tools that are already out there?
Great question, Jules. So most low code tools that are out there right now still expect some CLI, so command level setup, right? The environmental variables, they need custom RAG or the file search plumbing, and those hoops block non-ML or non-engineering teams. So by surfacing the model marketplace picks, the vault search or asset search, and the deployment all in one complete UI, we remove the jump between 3 different dashboards or 3 different platforms problem that traditionally has been killing adoption.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. If anybody hasn't tried it yet, it's been out for a few hours now. It's so easy to use. When I first joined this company and I was, I explained what this product was, I was like, oh, that still sounds kind of complicated. But looking through it, it's so easy, and I'm really excited to see what kind of agents a lot of these non-devs start to build. Obviously, amazing to see like what the devs are going to build, but I'm really excited to get more people into AI and see what comes with that. I'm curious, what are some of the hard decisions or hidden details that make the agent builder powerful without sacrificing usability, since it is this low code, no code experience? And this can be for either of you.
Yeah, so our single step wizard kind of makes it mirrors how people think, right? This has the basics. You can easily choose your model, you can add in the data, and then you can test all on a single screen. with live token costs and cost hints in there that makes it very easy for people to really understand how to build it. The inline asset search toggle auto saves information from the vault, so you can easily bring that in. And we've debugged everything to kind of make it so that this system is extremely fast. So I think those kind of hidden little pieces of trying to make it as easy as possible and everything can be done in a single screen, I think is one of the main benefits of our new agent builder.
And one thing that you didn't really touch on that's also on that same screen is the agent registration process, right? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so our agent registrations process is brand new. When you go through and finally save your agent, there's a quick little screen that pops up that allows you to say, okay, who owned the data that I'm doing, who's the co-owner of this agent, and walks you through a very simple process to kind of take that and say, okay, here's my agent. There's a commercial use terms. It's free use. I want to have somebody else pay for this, or anyone can use it. And it tracks all of that on chain in a, I think it's an ERC 271 smart contract that is there forever. So once you make your agent and you decide you want to eventually list it on the marketplace, the registration is there so that we all know where the data came from, where the model came from, and who actually built the agent. So eventually, when we have monetization, it makes it very easy to say, okay, this agent costs this much. Here's all the strings that say, here are the different people that can get compensated for that.
And, thank you. If anybody's ever listened to Sean, a lot of this might sound really familiar because he talks about it all the time in a lot of his talks, right? How on-chain registration and provenance tracking is really critical to monetization. And I'm curious, Sean, if you can go a little bit more into why that's necessary for this monetization.
Yeah, totally. I think everyone is start learning that agent creation or the iterations of agents is not always like you build something from scratch, right? It's more likely that you build something on top of other people's existing assets, right? We're talking about if there's a great model on the marketplace, if there's a great agents on the marketplace, then someone else can just get the license access to the agents and then contribute your good data sets into the agent's access search functions, or you can help modify the prompt, or you can replace that models in that agent to a better model down the road. So what essentially happens is you're creating a better and newer agent based on someone else's results, and someone else's previous version of the agent should still be a contributor of your new agent. If you think about you're the owner of the previous agent, you want your agent to be used by so many people to be iterated into a better version. So you still become the stakeholder, the co-owner, the contributors on those newer agents that be able to monetize on the marketplace, right? So that's something we call the lineage of this agent, and or like the ancestors of the agents. And we want to really trace those relationships on chain, make it transparent, auditable, and sort of everything can eventually run autonomously on the monetization aspects. So that's why the on-chain registration is super important.
And can people still use the agent builder if they don't want to register or monetize their agent?
Yes, for sure. I mean, the agent builder and the registration process of right now frame it as two like sort of a sequential steps, right? You first build the agents with our agent building workflow, and then you have the option to whether you want to don't wait until you polish it well enough, then you can monetize it, right? But the registration process is a sort of integral part of the whole agent building process. Like once you create an agent, you need to claim the ownership. But this agent don't have to be like public, right? You don't have to like release this to on the marketplace yet until you figure out how you want to do the business. So you can think about on-chain registration is a necessary steps for agent creation, and agent publishing on the marketplace and monetization is the next steps that you are optional to do until you are ready.
And one question I'm seeing from the community now that I think is a good one to bring up right now. So when you register your agent and publish that registration on chain, what information exactly is publicly put on the chain?
Yeah, James, do you want to take this one?
Yes. So the owner, the data sets that are being used, the model that is being used, and any of if there's co-owners, anything like that, that's kind of everything that's in. So none of the prompt isn't actually saved on there, so people can't see publicly what the prompt is, if that's a little bit of your secret sauce for your agent. But the rest of the details of when it was created, what model is being used, that type of stuff is all saved on chain.
And it's the same thing for data sets too, right, James?
Yes, exactly.
Cool. And let's see, there was another question here that I really like. As we give more people the tools to create and deploy AI agents and, eventually list them or data or whatever else you want to list in the AI marketplace, what responsibilities do we carry as a platform to ensure this power is, used safely, ethically, and transparently? And that's to either one of you that wants to answer that question.
Yep, James, up to you.
Okay, so I think so. We're building a lot of observability and moderation tools into our platform. That is a core of what we do. I think we find it very important to make sure that as a platform, we're enabling the right type of development to happen and the smart uses of AI. We haven't launched the agent marketplace yet. But we do, with the data marketplace, we do have a full set of moderation tools to make sure that the data coming in is actually owned by who it's owned by, that it's not replicated from another data set that other people can buy and purchase. And we'll do the same for the agents as well. There will be both automated, so we'll actually be using LLMs to evaluate the agents that are coming in, and then our human moderation team that comes from our learnings with our data services platform that we launched years ago, by having a network of people that can help grade and give quality reports to the agents and how they're being used. So I think our core is always, we want to make sure that the tools are being used correctly for good uses, but also as the model developers and the data providers have actually intended their technology and their data to be used.
Yeah, just to add on what James said, which is very comprehensive. I think the bigger direction we are going here is, for one, is like using some basic AI powered tools or evaluation process to make sure that the agents or data sets or models generated and published on marketplace are meeting the basic requirements, right? Like they are not just dummy data or dummy models. But I think the more advanced path is like we still need to involve human in some way down the road in terms of like eyeballing the models and sort of having tested model whether it's actually doing the right thing. So that there's just a very organic way that we connect our data service platform with our AI developer platform, where once a model being published on the marketplace, we will be able to maybe automatically establish some of the evaluation, model evaluation tasks on the data service platform and incentivize people to vet the agents or models. And then we will have something like a certificate or and a verification proof on the model's utility from the reviewers that conduct the evaluation task on data service platform. And I think once that whole workflow become almost autonomous, then we will have a very scalable framework to vet these AI assets on the marketplace when they're getting published.
Cool. Yeah, I love how interconnected our ecosystem is. It's really amazing, and I'm so excited to see how much we've grown in the time I've been here. And I know a lot about what we're kind of building next, and it really, really excites me for the future. Speaking of the marketplace, Sean, you just gave us a lot of information. I just kind of want to recap some of the big things that we said here. It feels like the big unlock is how end-to-end this experience really is for agent development or AI development in general, right? For builders, it's no longer having to scramble across 5 different tools. You can bring your own data set, or you can access open data sets in the marketplace, right? Select a model, get compute, monitor performance, everything you need basically in one platform. I'm curious, why was that level of integration, this end-to-end integration, such a priority, and how does it change what people can build or prototype on our platform from day one? I know there are some limitations since this is still just an open beta.
Yes. I think the biggest reasons here being that monetization, it's always a puzzle in the existing AI development platforms out there, right? Like you have so many nice tools, low code or like no code, and that sits there. You have Hugging Face, which is a great open source community of data sets and models and agents out there. But the biggest pain point today for developer is they don't have a good distribution channel to monetize their assets in a one-stop experiences, right? They probably have to build this agent somewhere using some people's tool, and then they have to figure out themselves how to monetize the model. Maybe by first publishing some open source versions to get the traction from the ecosystem, and then they can start building a little stuff to monetize their model, which is a very tedious and uncertain process, right? Very unnormalized use experiences, right? So what we want to create is basically like you have your idea and recipe of building an agent, and if it turns out that people like your agents by testing it on our agent builder interface or on the marketplace, then we have a very standard process for you to publish these agents on marketplace, and people can explore, can play with it, and then if they're happy about it, they can license to use it for a certain period of time. We have diverse business models there to help you monetize your agents by maybe pay as you go kind of usage, by down the road maybe a subscription type of model, and so on. So I think to close the whole loop of creation and then monetize is the most important decision, like design choice that we decide to go for the whole agent builder plus AI marketplace.
Cool. And then James, it looked like you had something to say, right? So we're still in open beta. Can you talk a little bit about which features are currently available in open beta for the marketplace and the agent builders, and which features are coming up soon?
So for the agent builder, there's no marketplace to it yet. There's still a data marketplace where you can add data in, but essentially for our what we're calling phase one of our agent builder, and there will be additional features and functionality that come out over the next few weeks and months. This will be a constant process of us updating. But essentially, our phase one is about speed and certainty. Basically, being able to get builders from idea to fully usable agent in as short amount of time as possible. So this includes the ability to, you write your system instructions or prompt. You decide if you want to turn on file search or asset search from any one of our data sets that are in our platform. And I believe there's now almost a few 100,000 data sets that are in there. So there's a lot for our builders to play with. And then to actually register and then deploy. And the deploy is, I think, another very cool feature in that most other builders out there, you can only deploy to their hardware. We have multiple different compute providers that can compete for price. So from a single place, you can go from ideation to deployment on the best or most capable servers or the cheapest servers that fit your need. And that's, I think, the big part of this ecosystem. We're giving the choice to the builders.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll just add real quick that if you are, since we are in open beta, if you are looking to be one of the first people to actually monetize your assets on the AI marketplace, we do have a marketplace partner program that you can join. Be one of the first ones to get your stuff listed when that does go live. And we have a few exclusive perks as well for those partners. So stay tuned for more information on that. I'm going to open up questions for the audience. So if you haven't put your questions in the chat yet, definitely do so now. I see a few that I want to bring up. So question number one, from a usage lens, what behavior or creations are you most hoping to see in the early weeks for Agent Builder?
So our goal right now, and we'll see this as more features get developed, we're integrating MCP servers very shortly as well. We're hoping to have the DeFi kind of lens as the first agent builders that we're doing. And like I said, as we add MCP servers to it, we'll have direct exchange connections so that people can actually build DeFi bots, trading assistants, that type of stuff. And a lot of the data sets that we have on our marketplace are around that. So we're hoping that people can, use it for whatever they want to build. That's why we have the flexibility in there. But I think the first few projects that we're getting very excited about and that we want to encourage the community to make are things around DeFi agents.
Yeah, just quickly to add on that, right? Some like little teaser that we are also gonna launch the campaigns around agent building, where we actually encourage some of the ideas that we would love to see about agent building. But I can also say, like, what right now I think we are starting with social or personal replica, a type of agent that can really like represent your own personal thoughts about things and some of the interesting people's thoughts, and you can even play with the agent to change people's life if you want, like by playing some sort of like a live simulation experiments using the agent. But more details is coming soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool things that we've been playing around with that we're excited to release for you all to play around with and see the real capabilities of our agent builder. So excited for those to come out. Let's see, another question. We kind of touched on this, but it came up quite a bit in some of the people. So how does the agent builder and marketplace compare to other agent builders and marketplaces out there? What are the key differentiators?
So our main key differentiator is that we're having everything in one place. I think we've talked about this a lot of the different agent builders. One, even if they're no code or low code, require some CLI input, so some programming. So they're not really made for non-programmers. I think the benefit of ours is that it's made for both, right? You can then, once you develop out your agent or do some rapid prototyping on our platform, you can easily take it off platform and interact with our API and be able to build more there. But I think having everything in a single place where you can find data assets, you can find different models, right? We have all major, we have the DeepSeek, we have Llama, we have OpenAI, we have, the major models that are out there all in a single place. And then the ability to quickly, rapidly prototype these agents and then deploy them to multiple different compute providers, I think is something that is unseen right now in the market. And I'm very proud of what we built.
Well said, James. Well said. When will your marketplace include proprietary data sets or fine-tuned models?
Yeah, I think I mean, like, we already sort of are working on a whole standard operation process of introducing proprietary data sets, right? So basically there will be two main channels that we introduce proprietary data sets and fine-tune models. One being like as an individual developers like you and me, we can upload data sets into your accept page, and then you can actually down the road choose to publish the data sets onto the marketplace by going through some of the important vetting process that we're going to introduce to ensure the quality and security of the marketplace. That's like a one-man channel open up to everyone who are passionate about introducing your proprietary data sets. And then we also have, like what Jules just touched on, a whole partnership programs that are being able to work with our partners to systematically put in a whole batch of data sets with certain business focus or domain focus. And that's like a much a larger scale of pushing data sets and models into the marketplace.
As a builder, do I just create an agent and move on, or is there more I can do with it in the ecosystem? I'm new.
Yeah. Yeah, this got touched on in the earlier discussion that monetization is a we believe a necessary piece of the entire agent building and monetization puzzles, right? Like as a creator, where you have ideas, you don't have to be like a hardcore coder in order to create agents, right? We're trying to make the agent builders to be flexible for a range of different types of developers and creators, right? From like if you are just using API and do coding, we support that. If you want to just like use a very simple click and drag and drop process, we will try to also support that down the road. And then the most important part is we encourage you to understand the potentials if you choose to publish this agent on the marketplace for multiple reasons, right? People directly will use your agent and you get revenue flowing, or like people will choose to build on top of your agent and you also got revenue share if other people's agent got monetized down the road. So I think being able to educate the entire ecosystem about that new experiences and going through that in a frictionless way is something we are going to focus on in the coming month.
Excellent. And I think I have time for a few more questions. Here's one from a dev. It says, love Sahara. Sorry, yeah, love Sahara. No code is cool, but when CLI for devs?
Yeah.
So we do have a working API right now. So you can go in, there's documentation on our website that you can go in and get your API key and be able to build it out. Pretty soon in our next release of the Agent Builder, which should be sometime next month, you should be able to do rapid prototyping and then press the export code button, brings it right into your CLI experience. And then you should be able to, add to that as well. So you can start building with direct to code today. But our goal with the kind of Agent Builder is to, one, help non-coders be able to build, and then regular coders be able to rapidly prototype and then export and start to customize.
Awesome. I think that's a majority of the questions. I'm just looking, lots of repeat questions, lots of good mornings and excitement about TGE. Yeah, I think we're good. Is there anything else, James or Sean, you guys want to shout out to the community before we head out?
James, go first.
I want to thank you guys for joining, but I can't wait to see what you guys build on our platform. Obviously, any feedback you guys have or issues you have running into it, we're there to help and we're there to make improvements. But I really am excited to see builders going from ideation to creation, all while capturing the basics of cost, provenance, and on-chain accountability, during that process. So I'm excited to see what you guys build.
Yeah, I mean, very excited too, and looking forward to all your feedbacks and comments on this launch. And I think we definitely are not like there yet in terms of like providing you the full-fledged experiences of building agents and monetization agent yet, but we do have a very nice roadmap that we are sharing with the community about how we're gonna achieve the end game step by steps, right? So, but still, we are all here to listen to your feedback about what things you want us to prioritize, to maybe even skip on our roadmap in order to achieve something that you guys really want. And I think monetization has always been the keywords there, and that's also our priority in the next launch. We're trying to give you an end-to-end monetization experiences on your AI assets, starting from data sets and then to models and agents. So please stay tuned and let's build together.
Well said. We'll leave it at that. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
See you in the next one. Bye, guys.